shut up, I'm recording. All right, what's your name?
Nature. Hi, I'm Nature.
What's the next question? What color are you feeling today?
Today I'm feeling red.
Red? Why red?
I feel passionate. I feel grounded in myself. I'm ready for life. I'm ready for whatever. I feel confident and I feel love. Yeah.
Okay. What are you passionate about?
Well, I mean, life would be a really cliche answer, but that's honestly the truth. Like, even just walking to work, like talking to people, seeing a dog, I don't care. Like, I'm passionate about my music. Every little thing just means so much to me. And I think it's just because I'm experiencing so much gratitude right now that, like, the small things matter. So, yeah.
Did you always experience a lot of gratitude?
No. There's been so many times where it's just like, I just couldn't see like the good in life, or like, everything just looked kind of gloomy, or I took a lot of things for granted, and it wasn't always like that. I've definitely had to hit rock bottom a couple times. Yeah.
Staring at it.
Sorry. I don't know. It's been so many times where like I said, I took things for granted and I couldn't see like what was in front of me, like the beauty of what life was for real.
You have any hobbies?
Yeah. I actually just recently started dance classes back again. I used to play soccer and I'm about to start doing that again. Music is obviously kind of like a hobby, but it's really my life, so it's a lot more important. And yeah, I'm starting to like collect physical music like we were talking about. And yeah, those are my hobbies right now. Cooking too. I love to cook.
Favorite meal to cook?
Chicken katsu curry.
What do you put in that?
So it's basically a Japanese curry. It's white rice. It's a chicken cutlet. You fry it with breadcrumbs, and I season the breadcrumbs, fry the chicken cutlet. It's potatoes, carrots, onions, and it's almost like a stew, like a gravy that part goes in, and it's so good. It's a mixture. It's almost like Japanese soul food. It's amazing. I gotta show you that.
You said you picked up dancing. What kind of dance?
Hip hop. I used to know how to break dance. Crazy, right?
Break dance.
Yeah, like spinning on your head. I used to know how to do that.
Why'd you quit it?
Life was lifing. Even when I was younger,
What
yeah. It was just so much going on. You know how like when you're a kid, you do so many things and then you just kind of get taken away from your passions as you get older. But now that I'm in a place where I feel like I can really embrace life again, that's something I know I have to get back to.
Okay. You mentioned music. What kind of music do you make?
I rap. And yeah, I'm a storyteller. I love to tell stories about my life or other people's lives. I love to kind of like shape shift in my music. And if I don't feel confident enough in myself that day, I may make a song that helps me tap into whatever energy I want to be into. So it's definitely a medium for how I want to feel.
Okay. Any influences?
Yes, Jid for sure. Busta Rhymes for sure. Those are my two biggest. Kendrick for sure. What? But no, for real, like, yeah, those two, Jid and Busta, are my biggest, I want to say, just because they inspire me to push my pen and be more creative and have more fun with my music. I also really like, a lot of people don't know, but the Tribe Called Quest was one of the first rap groups that I really listened to that inspired me to rap, and also the Far Side.
What's that?
Far Side, it's a rap group from the 90s, and I definitely got to show you them. They just have so much fun. Like, they would say whatever on the track, and that's why I love them so much, because they just had so much creativity. Like, I like people that not necessarily don't take their work seriously, but they have fun. They can enjoy themselves while making art, because I feel like that's the essence of making art, is if you enjoy yourself.
So you enjoy yourself?
Yeah.
Is there ever like a chore?
Sometimes, but I wouldn't say it's the creative aspect is more so like the pushing it out, getting the release date, setting stuff up to actually like market myself as an artist. That can become like, a little bit tedious. But in the long run, I normally realize that I'm still enjoying myself. It's just the setting it up, doing it, like, the times, all of that stuff that, can kind of like get a little monotonous. But in all, like, it's so worth it because you could be doing anything else. A lot of artists take for granted the fact that we have some of the easiest jobs in the world.
What do you think is the hardest part about making music?
The hardest part about making music for me personally, I can't speak for anyone else, but I would definitely say right now it is consistency. Some days I don't want to be an artist. Some days I don't want to be nature. Some days I just want to be Janae. And I can't always do that knowing the goal that I have in mind. So it's really important for me to just like kind of keep pushing and stay consistent with who I am so that, I can grow and build a brand and, make people realize that, like, I'm here for the long haul.
What's the easiest part?
The easiest part is connecting with people. I love people so much. I love talking to people. I love working with other people. And it's fun. Like, it feels so good. It's just like meeting a new friend. They say there's no friends in the industry. I can agree to disagree. But I really, really, really appreciate like the people that I've met and the people I've been able to connect with in my journey in music, for sure.
Okay. You have a favorite connection?
My favorite connection that I've made so far in music is probably Zamina, for sure. Zamina is so amazing. She feels like a sister for life. She's prayed over me. She's been there for me. I done slept on that girl floor. We've been through it. Like, I'm so serious. She really kind of embraced me for a while. I took a break from the Atlanta music scene for a while, and she just kind of helped me get back into it with open arms. And had it not been for her, I don't think I would like be back into it the way I am right now. And I owe her so much. We do things ourselves, but she's definitely a person that has just always like kind of embraced me and hyped me up, put me on every opportunity that she gets. I love her to death. So shout out to her. Definitely my favorite.
Shout out. What advice would you give new artists?
The advice I would give to a new artist is that fear is definitely like one of the only obstacles that you can face, true obstacles that you can face when it comes down to like your artistry. Lack of resources is one thing. You can work towards getting more resources. You can get the money for that. You can connect with people, but fear can stop you easily. You can become your own worst enemy and scare yourself into not releasing, not dropping, not opening yourself up to new things and new people and new experiences. And the whole point of art is expressing yourself. And because we all share the same expressions in different ways, it's always going to relate to somebody. You don't have to worry about whether you're going to be perfect. You don't have to worry about whether somebody else is going to approve or deny your work. Being fearless is the bravest thing an artist can do. Is the best thing an artist can do is to be fearless with their work.
Did you need that advice?
Yes. Really bad, or so bad. Like, I need it right now.
It's so hard to like release music.
Again, I was just looking at myself through a lens of perfection. I wanted to be perfect. I wanted my music videos to be perfect. I wanted my songs to sound perfect. I wanted my lyrics to be perfect. I wanted the way I looked to be perfect. And if it wasn't perfect, I wasn't going to release it. And now that I'm kind of coming out of that, where I can embrace myself as I am, where I am in life and feel comfortable with it, I definitely can see, how it's helped me so much. And I definitely will be dropping soon. Yeah, and I'm really proud of myself in that aspect, but that's definitely part of the reason why, for sure.
Favorite song you put out?
Favorite song I put out so far is Genesis. It's my baby. I always love that song. And it's my favorite because it's a story of like me coming to Atlanta on my own. I'm from here, but I was living in Columbus, Georgia for a while. And I came back up here to pursue music because there wasn't a lot of opportunities down there for me. And it was just a story of how I literally just packed up my bags and like came up here. I was staying with a friend, sleeping on her couch. And I just kind of worked my way. Like, I worked my way here. Like, and it was a long journey. I had a lot of people along the way, help me. I had a lot of people along the way hold me back. And it was just a lot of trials and tribulations that I faced. I faced homelessness. I faced everything, like, that you can think of. And
Put that in the song.
Yeah. It's amazing. Like, I love it because I wrote it in like 30 minutes. Yeah, I wrote it on MARTA, so.
Since you say you write your own songs, is there like a certain place that you write your songs?
No,
Where you got the
absolutely not.
most-
No, but I will say MARTA was always like, for some reason, like, especially when I spent more time on MARTA, it was so, like, when I'm in motion, for some reason, that's when I get a lot of inspiration. Like, when I'm moving, like, when I'm walking and listening to a beat, like, or if I'm riding MARTA and listening to a beat, or if I'm in the car and I'm listening to a beat, like, that's when, for some reason, all the ideas start flowing. Yeah.
How would you describe your fans? Or the people that support you?
They're crazy. They
crazy?
Yeah, they're a great crazy. I love them. But like, I love them so much because they hold me accountable when it comes down to like me dropping, and they don't let me breathe. Like, I love I love it though. Like, I love when I perform and I get like harassed after a show, like, when are you gonna drop? Like, all of that stuff. Like, I love that kind of thing just because, I need to recognize that there's people, they keep, not do they just keep hold me accountable, but like, they're loyal. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's loyalty to like, for me to not drop. I haven't dropped like my own since 2021.
Jesus Christ.
So here it is, 2024. I'm still being asked for music. I could not ask for better fans because I could, I'm not super big. Like, I'm not some huge artist right now. I don't have a full project out. For people to still be looking to me to drop music, those are real, true, loyal fans. So, yeah. I love them to death.
Who do you make music for?
I make music for people that don't feel heard, for people that aren't that accepting of themselves, for people that feel like they're just in a place where they don't want to be, that feel out of place for sure. Because a lot of times when I make music, it's because I feel out of place, or, and I imagine myself in a place I wanted to be and I wrote about it. So, yeah. The Outcast. Huh?
What gets you in the zone when it comes to writing?
It used to be smoking, and now it's not anymore. Seriously though, it used to be that. Like, I used to have to smoke to get in the zone and stuff like that. But now, honestly, I really just like to be outside. Like, a good breeze, nice weather really turns me up. Like, I know it sounds crazy, but it's just like, to me, like, spending time with people, like, I get inspired by that. And like live music, that's why I love going to concerts, because I like seeing,
People perform.
I love it. Yeah. Jazz too. I really love jazz. You like jazz?
What makes you comfortable?
What makes me comfortable? Let's see. That's a good question, because I'm uncomfortable a lot.
He's right here.
Yeah. Sit on the table? How do you want? Which way?
Doesn't matter. We'll just see if it looks good. Damn, it's all this shit.
I am. What makes me comfortable? Okay, it's like certain textures and like colors. Does that make sense?
Textures and colors.
Like certain textures and colors. Like a nice blanket, a good meal. The color brown, the color orange. Yeah, sorry. The color brown, the color orange. Like earth tones. Certain smells, the smell of vanilla, cinnamon, stuff like that, like a nice cup of coffee. Like, I'm a really simple girl. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Sense. What advice would you give your younger self? Just need us a lot of advice?
Yeah. The advice I would give my younger self is to not rush. Embrace who you are now. And like, you're okay where you're at. You don't have to change yourself for anybody. You don't have to be anything but yourself. That is the advice I would give to my younger self.
You had trouble with that?
Yeah. I didn't have trouble being myself. I actually felt like I was really good at it. But other people made me feel like I should change. And that, like, you know, people had...
That second guessing?
Yeah, people had a lot of opinions on me. And, like, they were quick to tell me what was wrong about me, but not what was right. And I feel like when you constantly, like, pick people apart, especially the youth, because I used to work at the Boys and Girls Club, and I was very adamant about, like, speaking life into the kids, because we have so many adults telling these kids what's wrong with them, but, like, what are their strengths? Like, you know, what are they good at? Like, point them towards that. And yeah.
How about older self, like in 5 years?
Well, hopefully in 5 years, I won't need too much advice, but, you know, we're always a student to life. But I would probably, in 5 years, I hope that I would just be able to congratulate myself for how much further I came and for taking the opportunities that I had available to me. Because that's something that I also, even if I'm not talking about my kid self, like my teen self, when I first got to Atlanta, there were a lot of opportunities that I had in front of me that I was just too scared to take because I felt like, oh, I'm alone. I got to wait till I have a team or a manager or this or that. You don't have to. All of that stuff will come when you choose yourself and you choose your path. You can choose your life.
Any goals for future self?
Yeah, I would like to be, you know, a well-established artist. I would like for people to know who I am for real and, you know, be a lot more acquainted with Miss Nature. I would also really like to, by that point, be able to start working on my food truck because I want to be one of the first rappers to take a food truck on tour with me. I hope by then I will, you know, be debt-free, good credit score. You know, good friends around me, healthy relationships, and just, you know, further in my music than I could have ever imagined, working with the people that I look up to. Those are my goals for sure.
And if she doesn't reach those goals, are you going to be disappointed in her?
No, because I know that, like I said, I would have taken the opportunities that were available to me. And, you know, the path that we have, the idea that we have for ourselves isn't always the thing that plays out. You know, I could be a farmer in 5 years and have a really big farm that feeds a lot of people, and that would be okay because I'm doing the right thing. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I could fully go into food and, abandon music because I'm just over it. The music industry could fall apart tomorrow. So many different twists and turns. So when you accept life as it comes and just do your best, you kind of don't run into that disappointment because you're accepting yourself for where you are.
Yeah.
Okay, y'all, this is nature. I'm an idyllic shooter. He's going to pull up another question, but in the meantime, I just wanted to say this was a great interview. He's asking amazing questions, great energy, great soul, great spirit, great vibe. You know what I'm saying?
How do you find the music?
So normally, and I've been doing this a lot with jazz music, because I like Japanese, Brazilian jazz, a lot. And like, I'll create a station and I'll just dig through, or I'll go physically find the music. I like stuff that I've never heard about before. I like mainstream stuff too, but it's just like I dig, you got to dig for the gems. Like, you can't just accept what's given to you. You got to look under the surface. You got to dig a little bit deeper. And, that's something you do in life. Like when you want really good things, and I like stuff that people have never heard about before. Like I like to be all cool and different. So,
So
yeah.
you don't gatekeep?
Not at all. I'm actually about to start sharing my playlist with people. I wasn't gatekeeping, but I did kind of like not share them just because I didn't really think people would care. But I'm just starting to realize that like people actually do really respect my opinions on music. So I'm about to start sharing a lot more of like the deeper cuts of the stuff that I listen to, especially when it comes down to jazz. Cause, I appreciate jazz so much. It's ridiculous.
How would your friends describe you?
Probably crazy too. They would probably describe me as excited, passionate, friendly, generous, I hope. I don't know. I just feel like
No negatives?
the negative. Well, I don't know what they would say. I can't speak for them. Because I like if I'm completely honest, I don't think about what other people think about me. But if I could say something like that, they would probably say that's negative about me. I'm late a lot.
Late?
I'm not punctual. I don't have any punctuality, actually. I don't have a concept of time. I was late for this. He's drinking water, so we're not going to do the spit take, but...
Experience firsthand.
No, yeah, and I'm so sorry.
No,
Please forgive me.
Cool.
But yeah, yeah. Even when I was talking about like the business aspect of things, like I really need help with that just because like I'm such a creative, I'm so free flowing sometimes that I can lose like the more structured aspect of things. But I'm getting the hang of it just because it's so important to me and I know how much I need it that I want to be better at that.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So when it comes to listening to a new song, what's the first thing you listen to? The beat, lyrics, or the voice?
The beat.
Why the beat?
It's not supposed to be this way probably, but I personally I can almost tell whether or not I'm gonna like a song like 5 seconds into it before anybody starts singing, before anybody starts rapping or anything. So the voice doesn't necessarily matter to me because you can have a good voice, but if I don't like that beat, I don't care. And even like I feel like I have kind of a producer's ear. Just because I study music from a fundamental level, like I'm studying all of that, like how it sounds on every single level. So the vocals can be right, but if I don't like the beat, I don't care. And I'm so selective about my beats. And I pride myself on a lot of people complimenting me about that and like noticing that like my beats are quality, and like they'd be like, oh, you got a good ear. Like I could tell by the beats you choose. And that's important to me because I want, before I even start rapping, you know that I'm finna go in. You know what this about to be as soon as the song start. I wasn't gatekeeping, but I did. Yeah.
All right, we're gonna try to wrap this up.
Okay.
And it's gonna be like a time capsule kind of thing. So you want to update your future self on what life is now?
Okay, so wait, I update my future self on like where life is now.
Yeah.
Okay. Just had to.
You understood it perfectly.
Yeah. Nay, right now, you got your first place. You paying your own rent. You paying your bills. You're a manager. You got a good job. You know, you're doing all the right things to put yourself in the right place for your music career. You know, it's not a lot of people around you right now, but you have support. You have people that love you, and you are well on your way. I hope that when you see this, when you watch this again, you recognize or you understand like how important it was, like trust yourself. It's not easy, but like right now, you know, that's what I'm doing. And yeah, I appreciate you, Nay. I appreciate you, girl. I love you. We've been through a lot, but I know that, you know, everything comes around and, you know, you'll get what you deserve. You'll get what you worked hard for. Those sleepless nights, everything you've been through is all going to pay off. So, yeah.
Why are you wearing the outfit?
I'm going to see Meg.